Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Michael Talks Football channel. If you're new around here, welcome to the Michael Talks Football channel. Well, some interesting news today. We have now got the information about who will be hosting the World Cup in 2030. Morocco. Shout out to all the Moroccans. You guys have finally now get to host a World Cup, an amazing moment for the country. They'll be hosting it with Spain, Portugal. Oh, wait, more. Uruguay, Argentina, Paraguay? Yes, people. The World Cup will be held in 6 different countries. You didn't hear me crazy. 6 different countries. FIFA. If you guys want to be greedy, don't do it in front of our faces. Try and at least be a little bit sneaky about it. Nope. Straight in our face. We're going to show you all the greed we want to do. And they are just throwing it right in everybody's face, and we can do nothing about it. Nothing. This is... First off, I'm very happy that Morocco gets the World Cup. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's just like, why would you? Okay, we're going to get to the information, but we're not going to be here for too long, people. We're going to be here for about 20 minutes. So if you haven't done so already, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below of the information that we now know from David Ornstein, Fabrizio Romano, and people have now announced it. I mean, people haven't really officially announced it. So this could, just be like little test, like, oh, maybe people will like this idea. I haven't seen too many people be positive about it. Big up to Norad, big up to you, big up to Shio, Matt, AD, Alejandro. How you doing, brother? How you doing? ¿Cómo estás? Big up Hokage as well. That's crazy. I personally love if FIFA do about the 100th anniversary, but come on, absolutely shocking, horrendous decision, turning the World Cup in a joke. If Paraguay, Argentina, and Uruguay qualify directly, then it better only be 3 teams more from South America qualifying. Oh, 100%. If it's more, let's say then in total there's like 7 teams from South America qualifying. It's craziness. So let's get to the article, people, that has been announced about this information about the World Cup. So this is from David Ornstein. Morocco, Spain, and Portugal will host the 2030 World Cup, but the opening 3 matches of the tournament will be played in Uruguay, Argentina, and Paraguay. A South American bid had been put forward to host the entire tournament to make the centenary of the very first World Cup, and FIFA said on Wednesday that the decision to award Uruguay, Argentina, and Paraguay the opening games was part of the tournament's 100-year anniversary. All 6 countries will qualify automatically for the tournament. 6 countries. Crazy how Paraguay, Argentina, and Uruguay, they only play 1 game in their countries, and they've already directly qualified. Too bad for Chile. Uruguay hosted and won the inaugural World Cup in 1930, and Argentina were the beaten finalists, while the South American Football Confederation CONMEBOL headquarters are based in Paraguay. CONMEBOL was the only confederation in existence at the time of the 1930 tournament. Following the first 3 matches, Uruguay, Argentina, Paraguay, then 3 opponents will then travel to Morocco, Spain, and Portugal for the remainder of the tournament. FIFA President Gianni Infantino confirming the opening game would be played at the Estadio Centenario in Uruguay, the stadium which was purpose-built for the 1930 tournament and hosted the final. And funny enough, people, I was just there. Yes, that is the Estadio Centenario in Montevideo, Uruguay. It needs a lot of work. I'm just gonna say that right now. It needs a lot of work. So the opening ceremony will still take place in Morocco, Spain, and Portugal. Okay, the 2030 tournament will see Morocco host the World Cup for the first time, having had five unsuccessful bids to host 94, 98, 2006, 2010, 2026 versions of the tournament, and it will also be the first country to host the World Cup matches in North Africa. Morocco had initially intended to launch a sole bid before joining forces with Spain and Portugal in March. And Portugal will host. Okay, Ukraine had it will mark the first time a World Cup has been played across six separate countries, with the 2026 tournament in Canada, Mexico, and the United States the only other edition to have more than two nations. God. Oh, this is just oh my god. All right. People will look to welcome bids from AFC and Oceania Football Confederation for the 2034 tournament. Do we believe that, people? We know where that World Cup is going to. The FIFA Council agreed unanimously that the only bid to host the FIFA World Cup 2030 will be the joint bid of Morocco, Portugal, and Spain. Said Infantino, two continents, Africa and Europe, united not only in the celebration of football, but also in providing unique social and cultural cohesion. What a great message of peace, tolerance, and inclusion. In 2030, we will have a unique global footprint. Three continents, Africa, Europe, and South America, six countries, welcoming and uniting the world while celebrating together the beautiful game. Oh, this is getting ridiculous. Oh my god. Oh. There's many ways that you can look at this situation that FIFA have just done. You could say, "Oh, fantastic." Right? They're respecting South America by giving them the first three games. They're respecting Uruguay by giving them the first game being held at the historic Stadio Centenario. Then we're gonna go play in Portugal, Spain, and then Morocco finally gets to host the World Cup. Sounds like a beautiful thing, right, people? Sounds like a beautiful thing. And I want to make this very clear, right? This has nothing to do with Spain, Portugal, or Morocco getting the World Cup. This has nothing to do with it, right? I have always had the opinion that this World Cup, because it is the 100-year anniversary, remember this, the 100-year anniversary of the first World Cup ever, should be hosted in the continent that hosted the first ever World Cup. It makes. Do I sound crazy? Or am I just thinking with common sense here? So let's think about this, people. With this idea, and what's going to happen is fans who want to travel are screwed. So you're going to, for example, in a crazy world where Finland somehow make a World Cup, imagine, right? Finland have to go play their first game in Uruguay, then their second game in Madrid, and then their third game, they got to go to Casablanca. Do we all think do FIFA think that like all people are rich and have millions and have an oil rig? Is this what we're thinking here? Like the fans of the countries, because a lot of money that FIFA make, it's not even from the people that live in the country where they're hosting the World Cup. A majority of the money and the income comes from people traveling from other countries that come and support their nation at the World Cup. They don't think about that one bit. One bit. Now you want people to travel from South America to Europe. That flight is long. Time difference. Think about the players. Think about the players. What? Because the World Cup is going to have 48 teams, that schedule is going to be condensed. That means you're going to probably have a game in Uruguay, and then 3-4 days later, you're going to have a game in Madrid. Do you think they're going to be able to recover from that with the jet lag and everything? Come on. This is Por favor. Por favor. Just so FIFA, man. We know you guys are greedy bastards. We know it. We have accepted that you are greedy bastards. Now you're just taking it to a different level. What is so difficult about giving the World Cup 2030 South America? You guys get it. You hosted the World Cup 100 years ago. We're going to help you with infrastructure, right? This all comes down to, most likely, in my opinion, that the World Cup cannot be played in South America solely in those three countries because they don't have the infrastructure. Trust me, people, in Uruguay, Paraguay, and Argentina, I'd probably say there's 6 stadiums, and maybe that's being generous, that can host the World Cup right now. La Bombonera is not one of them. The only stadiums I can think of in Buenos Aires is Estadio Monumental. That's about it. That's a like honestly, they need a lot of work, those stadiums, that they can be fully safe, because a lot of them are standing only, and you need, obviously, we know with FIFA and the World Cup, they don't want to have just standing only seats. So FIFA don't want to spend the money to help with their stadiums or with traveling, transportation, and all that sort of stuff. FIFA don't want it. That's why Morocco have done a lot of work, and that is a huge praise to them, that they have done a lot of work. And you saw in the Club World Cup, they have now what, 4 stadiums, 3 stadiums that are ready. We can host the World Cup, and that's why they've been building for this moment. That's the way Moroccans want to host the World Cup, because they know they're ready. They have the infrastructure, they have everything prepared to host the World Cup, and that is fantastic. But it's just that 100-year anniversary. Okay, I get it. You want to have one game in those countries, but logistically, for the fans, for the players, to go from there, like, you have all this emotion, like, Uruguay, who are going to host the first game most likely at the Stadio Centenario. Emotionally, they're going to be so invested in that first game. And of course, it's a World Cup and everything, but it's different when you're having a World Cup in your own country, and then they got to go to Spain or Portugal or Morocco. It it just it just reeks of greed and just a way of making more money. I think there was some more here from Alejandro Dominguez, who's the CONMEBOL president. It's an historic event, and CONMEBOL is happy. We're honoring the memory of those who came before us, and today we're at the level. Okay, while hosting one game. All right, buddy. We appreciate the confidence that FIFA and our colleagues showed for a historic event and date. The good thing is that in having 3 countries, 3 hosts, we're talking about almost no other investment more than what already exists. That's because, well, they're going to have to redevelop the Estadio Centenario. And in Paraguay and in Asunción, I don't know which stadium they're going to play at, to be honest. We're talking about almost no other investment more than what already exists. And that's very good news, because we all know that in the context, unfortunately, we're not able to compete if this had been a question of investment or money demands. If this had been a competition where our governments had to commit the funds which today's countries commit to be hosts, I think it would have been an irresponsible proposal from us. And I think we would have been able to, either because we know that there are other countries have much more better economic conditions and fewer priorities than our nations. So I think it is a super responsible and very viable proposal. You know what's, I don't mind, to be honest, I don't mind the World Cup being in 3 different countries. I honestly don't mind it, because as long as they're all together, like a World Cup in Greece, Saudi Arabia, and what was it? Egypt? Yeah, it was Egypt. That's a bit okay. Don't really. I guess they're sort of close to each. Obviously, Egypt and Saudi Arabia border with each other, and I can fully understand, Spain, Portugal, and Morocco, because it's the Iberian Peninsula. They're all right next to each other, so logistically it makes sense. But now we're going to start a precedent if they're going to do this sort of nonsense. Or is it only because it's the 100-year anniversary and because South America are economically not equipped to play and to host many games that we're just going to do one and that's it? because I'm not going to live in a world. I am not going to live in a world where the World Cup, let's say in 2038, right? I don't 2038. They're going to say to us, first four games, they're going to be hosted in Japan and South Korea. Cool. The rest of the tournament is going to be played in I don't know, Costa Rica, Panama, Colombia. We're not going to start doing that, FIFA. No, 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 no. This whole idea for this sort of nonsense is not applicable to every World Cup. Just keep it simple. What makes the World Cup a beautiful event is going to the World Cup in one country and you feel the environment. If people have been to a World Cup, understand what I'm talking about. There's just this atmosphere that you feel being among the streets, going to different games, seeing different cultures together in one country. It's a beautiful sight. And I think that's what makes the World Cups. We always talk about the moments and the players and that sort of stuff, but it's about the environment that's within the country that makes it such a special event. But if we're just going to start playing it here, we're going to start playing it in, I don't know, Singapore, we're going to start playing it in Micronesia, then we're going to go to freaking, I don't know, Colombia. I mean, then you're losing the essence as well, that what makes the World Cup so beautiful. And Gianni Infantino right now, this guy, we know he's crooked and we know he's corrupt. Is he worse than Sepp Blatter? Who, people, let me know in the chat. Who's worse, Sepp Blatter or Infantino? Because Infantino he's getting up there. He's getting up there with all the crazy decisions he's made. Like, you're getting to Sepp Blatter level if you're Infantino, and you better be careful. Look, I understand you got to expand the game, you got to bring more money in, but you're losing the interest of probably the working class people of football, which makes up a majority of fans across the world, the working class. So they're playing a dangerous game, but for Morocco, Spain, and Portugal, I mean, congrats, guys! It's a massive, massive achievement, and Spain have hosted a World Cup. It's great for Portugal and Morocco. Like, I bet like the country is going to be so excited and definitely need to go there. Now they're going to host the AFCON in 2025. Then they're going to host the World Cup in 2030. It's a 5 big years for Morocco, and really they get to showcase their beautiful country, the culture that they have, and everything that makes Morocco beautiful. And definitely might need to go there. I think I might need to go watch the World Cup. I already said on Twitter, I need to go cover that AFCON in 2025 in Morocco. I need to be in the streets of Marrakesh, Casablanca. I need to be there. Now they get the World Cup. I can imagine they're very proud of their country, and they have built this. They have been building for this situation. You see, the Moroccan national team getting better. They're building great facilities for academies. The football is getting better. And now this will sort of be the crowning moment for this footballing mad country hosting the World Cup in 2030. So unbelievable. And I can imagine every Moroccan is thrilled. And they're already probably going to be like, we need to go watch the game. Immediately, we need to go watch the game. So I'm super excited for them. And Spain, Portuguese people are going to love it too. Spain, they've hosted the World Cup before, so it's not going to be as big. But for Portugal and Morocco, massive. Absolutely massive. Big up to Angus. Shout out to you. Wouldn't there be better stadiums in Europe than South America? Argentina might have a couple of better ones. Yeah, of course, Angus. So the main reason why they cannot host the World Cup in South America is because they don't have enough money. It's as simple as that. They don't have enough money that they can guarantee, hey, we're going to redevelop 12, 13 new stadiums. We're going to build new infrastructure for transportation of fans within each country. They cannot guarantee it because, look at the economic situation in Argentina. Look at the inflation rate. It's craziness. I was in Argentina, and they need a lot of work, not just on football, but with a lot of things within the country. So it is very difficult for them to host a World Cup. But don't FIFA have money? FIFA got all the freaking money in the world. Help them. This is a billion. I mean, beyond billionaires. Infantino looks at his bank account as like, I am swimming in champagne tonight. So they could help a little bit, just a little bit. Think of all. Could you imagine how much craziness there would be if the World Cup was hosted in Argentina after the debacle of the last World Cup that was hosted in Argentina? And we don't need to go into what happened there. But yeah, look, obviously, in Spain, Portugal, Morocco, I don't think they need to build any new stadiums. They're going to, most of them are going to be brand new or redeveloped, like the Camp Nou. Like Anish says, yeah, look, the Camp Nou is going to be 105,000 people. Most of the stadiums in South America need renovation. That's the problem right now, 100%. That's the only way it would work. Yep. And Ronaldo just might. Yorks. It's going to be Ronaldo as the manager and his son as the striker. I already see the vision. I see the vision. The Ronaldos leading Portugal to glory as World Cup champions of 2030. Portugal, champions of the world, led by the great one. I could see the vision. If FIFA legit bought 3 stadiums and made each country only pay half back. Alejandro, that sounds logical, but we know FIFA. That ain't gonna happen. How the heck? Like, okay, I get it. The headquarters of CONMEBOL are in Paraguay. The heck are they? How are they going to be getting an automatic? Oh, Paraguay, man, they've hit the jackpot. They are laughing, and the funniest thing is, apparently, FIFA didn't even contact Chile about this situation. Sorry, Sebastian. The mere fact that they didn't even contact Chile about this whole situation said, yeah, we don't want you to host. Oh, man, Chile are going to be absolutely livid. Absolutely livid. Bro, don't get me started on Infantino and his fanboy bias towards Messi. Fine, we're going to get rigged. Yeah. Shout out Dave, man. How you doing, buddy? UK and Ireland will host the Euro 2028. It seems, yeah, it looks like it because Turkey now pulled out of the situation, which, hey, should be good. Hopefully, England do a better job of hosting the Euros after the debacle they had in the last European final, where we saw a bunch of people just jump over the gates and got into the stadium. So England have to do a lot better in hosting the tournament, but it's going to be great. Games probably definitely not at Old Trafford unless they can really redevelop and they get new owners. Probably going to be at the Etihad Stadium, probably St. James's Park, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Wembley, of course, Everton Stadium, the new one that they're going to have in Liverpool, probably one in Belfast, Dublin, and then Hampden Park. So it should be great. I just hope Finland play there. And I think Turkey then will host the 2032 Euros. I think that's how it's going to go down. But big up to you, if man. Bring back Iceland for FC. Yeah. Hold that, Turkey. Wow. All right, easy, brother. Easy. So, yeah, look, people. It's kind of an emergency stream. It's very crazy that we've come to this now with the beautiful game. Oh, look, it's going to be a great occasion. Look at this stadium, people. When you look at this stadium, don't you just vibe? Like, that is the Estadio Centenario. That is Fujibol. That is historic. That should be a UNESCO World Heritage Site. That should never be demolished. Ever. But that stadium needs a lot of work. It needs a lot of work, people. Like, you go into the ground and the seats are just rock hard. That's like the old school stadium. And it's going to be unbelievable that after 100 years, Uruguay will get the first game. It's a beautiful thing. I just wish they could have hosted the World Cup just in Uruguay, Chile, Argentina, and Paraguay. That would have been nice. But you know what? Very happy for the people of Morocco and Spain and Portugal. They're going to be excited as well. But it's just crazy because I'm going to have to come in 2030 if I'm still here and I'm still doing YouTube and say, guys, welcome to the World Cup hosted in Uruguay, Argentina, Paraguay, Chile. Sorry to my Chileans. Spain, Portugal, and Morocco. I have to say it 6 times. Ah, Jesus. Here we go. Should England host the World Cup by themselves, or should it be like a Euros, UK and Ireland host the World Cup? The problem is, are you going to build another stadium in Ireland? That's kind of the issue. Like they have that one stadium that the Irish national team play in, and that's it. So, do they really want to build another stadium? That's kind of the issue I see there. Predictions, yeah, I gotta go, people. The Champions League is starting. Should England host the World Cup by themselves or UK? It should be the UK and Ireland. That's what I think. It's going to be the UK and Ireland. Big up to Angus. FIFA is going to want entertainment, which means spending money on entertainment-based infrastructure. Oh, look, 100%, Angus. 100%. FIFA want to spend the littlest amount of money possible when hosting a World Cup. They don't want to spend a lot of money. They just want to provide the right resources to Spain, Portugal. I just wonder, like, are they going to help then? Are they going to... So, surely the Estadio Centenario is going to be redeveloped because obviously I know the game that's going to be played in Argentina. It's going to be the Estadio Monumental, and it's being redeveloped at the moment. But yeah, I just wonder if then are they going to help then Uruguay maybe remodel the stadium a little bit? Time will tell. But people, I want to hear your thoughts in the comments down below of this idea of the World Cup of 2030. Is it a good idea, bad idea? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're around here. I will see you all tomorrow for the UCL recap of tonight's games. And let's hope we get a crazy night like we did yesterday. Have a beautiful day. Stay safe in this crazy world. And congrats to Morocco for hosting the World Cup in 2030. Adios, everybody.